Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago. As usual, we've had all sorts of hiccups. We've had all sorts of hiccups today. I don't know what's going on. There's something in the air. Maybe it's a full moon. I don't know. We were trying to chase down a South Sit in Washington, but that call never came on. I blame Rebel Chaser personally. No, she told me about it. A whole bunch of other people did. It just never came on. And then we had all sorts of situations, but I can't even remember what's on this stream. I started this stream and a soft sit rolled in front of Jay Regier, and I stopped everything and went and did that. And I'm glad I did because it was fantastic. I highly recommend that. All right. We've got fun stuff here. I can't even remember. I know April sent me something. I know part of this is Natalie D's fault for sure. I don't know if Natalie D's stream is still going. I don't know what's going on. Biggins having audio problems. It's a situation today. It's okay. That's okay. Because I am a YouTube professional. We're gonna carry on. We're gonna carry on. Let's do it, shall we?
Ms. Rowe.
Yes, Your Honor. I am ready to rumble.
Well,
if we could call Miss.
I'm not looking to rumble. I'm just looking to address some cases on the calendar.
I am Judge Lanice Bryant. Welcome to the 36th District Court.
Oh, I forgot. We are going to the 36D, and this stream starts with a literal bang, people. Get ready for it.
Court. You are at the 36th District Court. You are at 36th District Court. You are at 36th.
Where are we, Judge?
Court. You are at 36th District Court.
Okay.
You have a better one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. And Mr. Windham?
Oh, this starts bad. Watch the defendant. I gotta get out of here. Bottom left.
Your Honor, for the record, Joseph Dillard on behalf of Mr. Windham. Mr. Windham, turn your mic on. Turn the microphone on.
Mr. Windham? Uh-oh. I'm going to put him out for a second.
Hello?
Mr. Windham, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. That was my mother calling on the other line.
What was happening? It looked a little funny, so I had to put you out for a second. I didn't know what was going on, okay, sir?
How do I put my picture back up?
I'm going to ask you to do it, okay? Oh,
Uh-huh. He was talking to his mom. All right.
you got it?
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. Now calling the matter of the people versus Gerard Lee Windham Jr. This is ticket
Yes, ma'am.
1466647. One count drove while license not valid or improper license.
Your Honor, for the record, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say he also has ticket SP 1466646. This is one count 16 to 20 miles over posted speed. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Your Honor, for the record, Joseph Dillard, P37225. Mr. Windham, state your name for the record.
Gerard Windham Jr.
Your Honor, with respect to this matter, an offer was made on the criminal matter, amended to improper plate. The other matter, to fail to display rather, as it relates to the civil infraction, that was not addressed.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Flip the camera.
Cut that camera, please. Mr. Tank, because I don't know what's about to happen there.
All right, I'll take care of the other ticket. Mr. Winham, I'm about to give you a break, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
All right, so you can put your hand down. Did you have a
Thank you,
chance to talk to an attorney and about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or
No.
promise you anything in
No,
exchange
ma'am.
with the city?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty of your own choice?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am. I'm guilty of driving someone to the hospital. Yes, ma'am.
You just want to put that in there, Mr. Winham. That's not what I asked you. Just do it. I'll give you a chance to explain.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. And did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty of your own choice?
Yes, I am.
Do you understand that by taking this guilty plea today, that you're going to give up the rights that you had to have a bench or jury trial in this matter? You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, did you still want to move forward today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I want to take your attention back to the date on or about May 31st of 2023. Were you in the area of East Davidson and Buffalo in the city of Detroit driving a Dodge vehicle?
Yes, ma'am. That was a company vehicle. Yes, ma'am.
And when you were driving that vehicle, was your license not valid at the time?
Yes, Your Honor. It was not.
All right. Satisfied, counsel?
Your Honor, due to the circumstances, if it could be made clear that any defense that he would possibly have in this case, based on the statements that he's made to the court, that if he pleads guilty, he's given up all of those rights that he would be able to present in a trial for consideration by a jury or a judge and involving emergency circumstances.
Mr. Winham, do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. All I was doing, the guy passed out. We were at work. He passed out when his lungs collapsed. I rushed him to the hospital. The police stopped me and he said, explain it to the judge. That's what the officer told me.
Okay.
I said, I'm just trying to get this man to the hospital. He said, explain it to the judge. His car was insured, everything. I'm just trying to get him to the hospital. I don't drive a car. I'm trying to get my license back.
Was he hospitalized, sir?
He went in, he stayed for 3 days and they did something with his lung. They brought his lung back, but then I don't, oh my God. I was just trying to help a gentleman out. That's all I was doing.
I know, but you can't drive without a license. You just already admitted that you didn't have a license. And I know you were trying to help somebody out. That's why I'm dismissing the speeding ticket, so you won't get any points, even though it went into default. I'm gonna bring it out of default and I'm gonna dismiss it, okay? Because that will affect your, if you get that license, okay?
Yes, ma'am, but it's like every time I go to get my license, they say you can't get it till next year. Because I had lost my license. So for the past 8 years, I've been trying to get my license back. So I done paid all the tickets off. And now this right here with this judgment will set me back another 2 years.
It does. So what ends up happening is that it ends up making it so that you can't get it. Hold on a second, okay?
Yes, ma'am. My God, I just want my license, man. That's it.
Mr. Winham, turn your mic off. You can be heard.
Yeah, very quietly, would you?
right. Mr. Williams, no good deed goes unpunished sometimes. So that's not a rule that the court has. That's a rule that the Secretary of State has. And what ends up happening, sir, is that every time you drive in your vehicle without that license, depending on what type of ticket you get, you have this habit. Now, I am willing to ask if you can get allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. That's usually a little bit more helpful. But since I'm already doing a lot and they have taken lunch because it's now noon, I can't talk to the person in charge to find out if they're willing to allow me to do that. Mr. Windham, do you have a day that you're off work?
I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays.
So those days work better for you?
Yes, ma'am. And I don't drive. I don't drive at all. It was just
I know, Mr. Windham, but listen, I get that you don't drive on a typical basis, but when you do drive, for some reason they pull you over. It's like they know. Okay? Okay? It's like they know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So when you do make that option, then they know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me figure something out.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, you stop.
For those of you coming in, you really do have to see the beginning of this appearance. It starts strong. It starts very strong. Hey, Gary. Nice to see you. Okay, I didn't see this part of the video. This I blame entirely on Natalie D. Natalie, for future reference, this is the stuff you edit, okay?
Mr. Windham, can you come back October the 10th and we'll see what we can do that day?
October the 5th would be 10th, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
It's a Tuesday.
You know we about to go on strike, so I don't know I don't know how I'm gonna be because I work for Ford.
Right.
See you next Tuesday.
About to go on strike.
You might, what you're saying is that, all right.
I'm just trying to resolve this.
You weren't driving that day, sir? I mean, you drove your vehicle without a license that day?
No, he drove to the site, but when he had the failure, I put him in the passenger seat and I drove him to the hospital.
Exactly.
That's how he actually drove there.
And that was in a company vehicle, Yana.
Yes. He actually drove us to the site, but he had one of his lungs failed. So I threw him in a car and I drove him to St. John Hospital.
Mr. Windham, listen to me very carefully. You just said you drove a vehicle. Did you have your license valid at that time you drove him to the hospital?
No, ma'am, I did not.
All right, satisfied, counsel?
Yes. Satisfied, Yana. It's my understanding, based on the statements the court was making, that you were investigating a possible different resolution.
Yes. This time the court's going to enter a plea to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The speeding ticket will be dismissed. So I'm going to waive your costs and fines. Don't come see me again.
I will never see you. Thank you, Your Honor. I can get I'm getting closer to getting my license back. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, attorney.
Have a good day.
You
The attorney probably didn't even like it, but he didn't get in the way. I'll give him that. He didn't get in the way.
All right. That concludes this morning's docket. Thank you.
Oh, you're still in the 36D. You're still in the 36D. And this guy tries to BS Judge King. Oh, it's ugly.
Unfair.
This is from April. It's probably edited.
Calling case 23000029. This is in the matter of Martez Poole on a witness detained. Francis, for the record, please.
Yeah.
Good morning, and may it please the Honorable Court, APA Jonathan Hitz, appearing on behalf of the people, standing in for the APA of record, James Kehoe. My P number is 85288.
And good morning, Maria Manarino on behalf of Mr. Poole.
Okay, so let me bring you up to speed, Ms. Manarino, and you too, Mr. Hitz, since you're standing in for Mr. Kehoe. Mr. Kehoe first brought Mr. Poole to my attention on a witness detainer. Mr. Poole was brought in, and Mr. Poole gave me assurances that he would have no issue in showing up to court for a preliminary examination. In fact, Mr. Kehoe asked the court to place the defendant on tether, and I didn't do that in trusting Mr. Poole would show up. But what I did, however, is I had Mr. Poole check in with Mr. Kehoe on a daily basis by phone call. I understand that was done. What Mr. Poole didn't do was show up for the preliminary examination as he was supposed to, making a fool out of this court and lying directly to my face. I have an issue with that.
Understood, Judge. And as the court is well aware, Mr. Poole is going through a lot. He lost his brother, he's got a cousin on his deathbed right now. He's going through a lot emotionally. It was not his intention to intentionally miss that court date. He indicates he was in touch with Mr. Kehoe and told him that there were issues on the day that he was supposed to appear, and literally begged Mr. Kehoe to try and get an adjournment. He was in touch, expressed his willingness to proceed, but as the court knows, very emotional time. He has issues with, family members. What he wants the court to know, he's losing everything. He's losing everyone, and this has been very, very hard for him. He has promised not only this court, but Mr. Kehoe and the family.
Yeah, I've heard those promises before. I heard the promises the last time he was supposed to be here and he didn't show up. I don't have time for this. I had every right to dismiss the case because you didn't show up the last time. Is that what you want?
No, at all. I want my brother justice. Judge, last time I showed up, I was being hard on me, Judge. I respected that you gave me that chance, but I didn't.
I gave you a chance and you threw it in my face.
Judge, I wasn't throwing any on the face, Judge. It was not like that. If anything, I'm appreciate that you will understand where I'm coming from because it's.
Well, I hope you understand where I'm coming from is in that I'm not taking any more chances on you.
Come on, Judge.
No, you come on. I'm not taking any more chances. I trusted you the last time, and you did me this way. I'm not doing it again. I'm not making a fool out of me again. No, sir. Not gonna happen.
Your Honor, I called him.
But I need you here.
Okay, that's cool, but I'm going through a lot, man. I can't save everybody at once, Your Honor.
Right.
And then I came here the last two times. I came here willingly, man.
I'll make sure it won't happen again. I will make sure that you're here the next time. And I think the next time is tomorrow.
Can it be tomorrow? Because
it is tomorrow.
This is not fair to me, man.
This isn't fair to me.
This is not fair to me, man.
I don't like being lied to.
I did not lie to you. I made a
Did you show up to court?
No, but
Did you tell me you were coming to court?
Yes.
Did you come to court?
No.
Then you lied to me.
That's not lying.
I'm done. Remand.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Judge.
Why would you do this?
Court calls case People versus Sharkel Bennett.
You know who loves to be lied to? Judge Simpson.
Judge, really quick, never mind. I know where the sentence is. Never mind. Thanks.
All right. Sharkel Bennett.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, can you state your name for the record?
Sharkel Bennett. Sharkel
He didn't go to
Bennett.
his PSI either. Why didn't you attend?
I called them. They were supposed to give me a call. I never got a call or a voicemail. And then I called back. Yes.
Appointment for August 24.
Huh?
You had an appointment for August 24 at 3 p.m.
When I had a court date, you told me to go to the probation office. And they didn't give me a date. They said they would call me. I never got a call. And I've been calling them and leaving voicemails. I called the lady.
You're telling me my probation department never got through to you?
I was just watching Judge Simpson as this guy was talking. It wasn't going well.
I never got a call or a voicemail.
Miss Palera, is that true?
No, it's incorrect, Your Honor. Mr.
I
Bennett
didn't think it was.
did come to the office and he completed his PSI packet on July 26th. He was given the appointment date for August 24th. I did attempt to contact him on that date. There was no answer. I left him a voicemail. I know that Mr. Bennett did attempt to call my office earlier this week to try to get me to do the appointment this week, but it was too close to his sentencing date because I had other obligations to this court. So I told him that he had to appear for his sentencing today to explain why he missed his appointment.
That seems different.
I never got any paper that said I had to come there on the 24th. I filled out that paper.
They
and they
gave
told
it
me
to you.
Huh?
Counsel, you want him to keep talking or no?
Your Honor, no. Mr. Bennett,
I didn't think so.
What probation is trying to say is they gave it to you when you were there. Just because you didn't have a paper means that you still are obligated to appear. Your Honor, I did inform him that the new appointment was on the 21st of September at 1 p.m. I don't want to...
Did he hear you?
Yeah, I hear her.
Did you hear her when...
I heard her.
Go ahead, counsel. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I think I know Mr. Bennett's not in the position to make requests at this point. However,
oh no, he's not. But go ahead, try.
He does work until 1:30, so he was asking for that appointment to be set at 2 p.m.
No.
Oh, because he can't make it like the last one?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bennett, you say you get off at 2?
Yeah, off at 2 o'clock.
Okay. So 2:30 if possible. I want to set him up for 6.
So now we want to set a time that he won't show up.
I'm hoping he'll show up this time, Your Honor.
Yeah, we can all have our hope.
It's almost like the judge doesn't believe him.
Ms. Valera, what can we do for Mr. Bennett who can't seem to get there?
Well,
can we do anything? If we can't, that's fine.
I can do something. However, I would like it known to the court when he came in to fill out his packet, he was given a notice to appear for his sentencing, which also indicated his appointment date. So he did have paperwork. What he did with paperwork, I don't know.
No, I know he had paperwork because I know how we operate. He's just saying he didn't.
So what I can do, Your Honor, I can give him September 25th. That is a Monday at 3 p.m.
That is so nice of you because I wouldn't have changed it. Defendant is re-referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. You're to pay a $75 referral fee. That's to be paid today. I'll set your new PSI appointment for September 25th, 2023 at 3 p.m. That is in person. I'll repeat that. September 25th, 2023, 3 p.m. in person. I'll adjourn his sentencing to October 11, 2023, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Okay, I came for that hearing. Who tipped me off to it? I think Anita Shop tipped me off to that, which is good. But then the next goof in the car, I had to keep rolling for a couple more minutes.
Court calls the case. People versus Stephen Berry.
Here he is.
Good morning. Assistant
All
Public
day
Defender
long.
Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Berry. Mr. Berry, are you driving?
Well, things are moving past his car, so probably so. I'll pass it. He better stop his vehicle.
Let me stop my vehicle.
I'll pass the matter. Court calls the case. People versus Sherry Camilli. You know what? Thank you.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public
He froze
Defender.
up. So he stopped in a bad spot for Wi-Fi. Call him. All right. What are we doing?
Silvana Reed finds all this amusing too. She has to be cool and professional, but she's entertained. Don't let her try to fool you.
On the Sherry Camilli man.
Ms. Camilli, could you please unmute and state your name?
Sherry Camilli.
Do you have camera as well?
I don't know how to activate that. Start video.
Yeah.
That's it.
There we go.
Ha.
All right.
Your Honor, this is the date and time for sentencing. We have reviewed probation's recommendation, have no additions, deletions, or corrections, and would just ask that probation's recommendation be adopted in this matter.
All right. Ma'am, is there anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
No, sir.
All right. Sentence of the court, I'm going to place you on probation for a period of 12 months. You are to pay $555 fines and court costs, $360 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that?
Could I have a couple months? I'm on Social Security, Your Honor.
Okay. Why don't we do this? A payment plan is arranged by probation.
Okay.
There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete an anger management program as directed by probation. You're to complete 25 hours of community service. There's to be no assault or threatening or intimidating behavior. There should be no possession of any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. I'll order 93 days in jail. Credit to balance suspended. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of the People versus D'Amico Cummings.
Good morning. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings, if you're present, can you state your name for the record?
Not checked in. Also, he seemed to not be able to keep his appointment either. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond $10,000. I'll give a 10% privilege on that. That warrant will issue immediately. Thank you. Court recalls the case of People versus Stephen Berry.
Good morning. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Berry. Mr. Berry, can you state your name for the record, please?
Yeah. Stephen Berry.
Dingleberry.
Y'all hear me? Stephen Berry.
That's what it sounds like. I'm sorry.
Counsel, you read over the pre-sentence report. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions?
No, there are not, Your Honor. I did review it with Mr. Berry as well as the recommendation. We are asking you to adopt the probation's recommendation as per the sentence.
I'm putting on my imitation fly lawyer hat here just to try to help the situation.
Mr. Berry, anything
Yes.
you want to tell the court before I impose sentence?
I'd just like to apologize to the courts for my relapse, and I learned from my experience that relapse can cause problems in the courts and while I'm out.
Okay. Sentence of the court, $555 fines and court costs. When can you pay that?
Probably, could I get on a payment plan? Because I'm on a fixed income. But I can start paying a payment plan this week immediately.
You said what?
Could I get on the payment plan? But I can start paying this week immediately.
How much can you pay this week?
50.
And then what do you want to do? 50 each? What?
Yeah, every time, 50.
Okay. Every 2 weeks? Every week?
Yes, every 2 weeks, sir.
Okay, and you're gonna start this Friday?
I'm gonna start, this week.
All right. $50 on 9/15,
50.
2023.
Every two.
And then $50 every
Let's do
2
it.
weeks
Yeah.
until it's paid in full.
Right. So I just called the
I'll
person.
order 93 days in jail. Credit for 2 days. The balance is suspended.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right?
Boom.
Thank you.
Fly lawyer
Thank you.
out.
Okay, that's it for that block. That is it for that block. We'll be back at 10 o'clock to continue. Court's in recess.
You were unlucky to be lower on the calendar. So we have been going straight since 9 a.m.,
Oh, yeah.
I promise, and are now arrived at your case and ready to hear you on your motion. It appears the respondent who was
Oh, yeah,
present
Brett.
earlier has left court and not returned. She had noted.
Okay, I forgot about this one. I saved the worst for last for you people. This is excruciating. This is awful. Do not, under any circumstances, watch this.
And she was here and had the opportunity to be heard, but has left. So at this point, I will hear from you on your motion. If you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right, thank you. Can you state your full name, please, sir?
Curtis Lee Avery.
Another beautiful relationship brought to you by Law Talk with Mike.
And how do you know Talia Hollingsworth?
She was my girlfriend. We lived together for 4.5 years.
Okay. And did y'all live at this residence in the petition for those 4.5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And let me see, as I'm reviewing your petition, tell me why you filed this petition.
Because I got tired of, I'm sorry. I got tired of calling the police. They come down here. They was coming down here not doing anything. On June 24th, she that's when she pulled the knife on me that morning. Then that afternoon, she had a pot she was gonna hit me with. And then she called the police, said I went in her purse and stole something out of her purse. Now her purse is locked up in the bedroom closet. She got a deadbolt lock on there, 2 Ring cameras in there, and a mirror. And she the only one got the keys to it. But she think she got mental health issues. She think I went in her purse and I did not. So when she called the police came. She told the police that I pulled a knife on her. Oh my God.
So was anybody arrested on that time?
No, not that time. Okay, so when the police left, I had to run to the store right quick.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. So how did the police leave
Judge, I want to hear what happened at the store.
it?
The
What did they
police
do?
just said that she lived here. There wasn't really nothing they could do. That was about it.
So you said she pulled a knife on you and she threatened to hit you with a pot. Was this
The
just
morning
all the
of the-
same day?
The morning of the 24th, she pulled a knife on me. She woke up that morning and said, I've been going in her purse. She know when I get out of the bed, she'll hear a noise in the middle of the night and check every closet, under every bed, pull bathroom curtains back, just for a noise. Could have came from the refrigerator, ice maker or something, you know.
So when she pulled the knife on you, what did she say?
She said that I got 5 minutes to put the stuff back into her purse that I took out.
All right.
And then about 20 minutes after that, she went back in the closet and looked in the purse and say, you put it back in there. I see you put it back in there. I ain't even been in the closet because she got the keys and the camera.
Okay. Were you in fear for your safety at that time?
Yes, I was, because it's the first time she did that.
Okay. Had she been violent with you before then?
Only like pointing her fingers close to my eyes.
So
And
when
hollering
would
and
she
screaming.
When would she point the fingers close to your eyes?
The whole relationship, every month or so.
About how far would it be from your eyeballs?
First of all, I like the visual the visual demonstration we're getting. And also, wow, this sounds like a fun relationship.
About where your finger was at right there.
Like that?
Right. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Okay. And what is she saying while she's doing that?
You've been stealing my stuff. Somebody coming in this house. She's afraid to leave the house because she thinks somebody coming in the house. And all the windows are locked, all the doors locked, the alarm system is on, got a fence in the back, got cameras. I tried to tell her that, there's no way that nothing like that could be happening.
Okay. What about the pot? What exactly happened with the pot situation?
She just grabbed the first thing she seen. That was later on that evening, and that's when she came back. And actually, that's when she came back and told me that I had put the stuff back in her purse.
Okay, so what did she say and what did she do and where were you at when she did it?
I was in the living room. She came there with the pot, and I just got out of the way. I just started walking around in the house, getting out of her way.
And so what was she doing with the pot? What was she doing with the pot?
Holding it up like she wanted to hit me, but I wouldn't let her get close.
She wasn't cooking.
Enough.
So were you in fear that she was going to hit you?
Yes, ma'am. I had never seen her that violent before, act like that before.
All right. So did anything happen after that?
Yeah, she called the police. And when the police came, she told the police I tried to cut her.
All right. Was anyone arrested then?
No, nobody was arrested then.
So what did the police do that time?
That was the same time.
Oh, okay. So did anything happen after that day?
Right. When the police left, I left to go to the store. When I came from the store, she was leaving. Now I got her on Ring camera with a box in her hand with all of my personal items in there. She stole all of my personal. She stole my keys. I had keys and remote controls, phone chargers. She stole everything that she could steal that hurt me.
All right. Do you know where those things went?
No, because she swear up and down she didn't get them, but I know she did because I know they was missing. And I can go a little further, ma'am.
Go ahead.
The next morning at 6:21 in the morning, I look at my camera probably about 7:30 that morning, but at 6:21 that morning, she is walking down the sidewalk in a disguise. She has some coveralls on and a skull cap, covering her braids up. And she walks up to the back of my SUV. She got my fob. She hits the button. I see the lights flash. She goes inside of my SUV. And when she turned to go into the SUV, I could see the side of her face. That's how I knew who she were. She went in my glove compartment because she knew I keep the rest of my keys and stuff in there. So she went in there and she took my other set of keys. She had both sets of keys to my car and just one to the SUV. Then she had a liquid in a red cup and she just threw it in my dashboard. I don't know what that was. And I smelt it. After I seen that on the Ring camera, I called the police.
She threw it inside the car?
Inside the car. I got the video, ma'am.
Okay. And what happened when the police came out?
When the police came out and he said, well, she gone, ain't nothing I can really do. The only thing, what you need to do is file a TPO, keep her away.
All right.
And so he went and got me the information and I filed a TPO.
So was she still living there at that time?
She was gone all night. She left after that, after the 24th that evening, after she stole all of my stuff.
Well,
she stole my leather jacket. It's a bunch of stuff she stole, ma'am.
All right. So let me ask you this. Who is on is it a rent or a mortgage?
I got a mortgage. I'm the only one on the mortgage.
You're the only one on the mortgage?
My house.
All right. And what about the utilities?
I pay everything.
All right. And what about the cars?
Mine.
All
And she
right.
got her own car.
She has her own car. And so she took 2 keys to one car and 1 set to the other car?
Yes, ma'am. Because the other one was in my pocket because she couldn't get it because I had left right after the police left.
Okay. Did anything happen after that?
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff
Okay, keep going.
happened after that.
Let me know.
Let's see. Okay.
Oh, do
Like I
tell.
said, I got on video going in my SUV, stealing the rest of my keys and stuff. Anything she wanted at it, she just grabbed it. She was trying to hurt me. And
So
then
let me
she
ask you
walked
this.
back
She
down the
never
street.
came back to stay at the residence after
No,
that.
no more staying, no.
All right, so
But I could see her car parked down the street. You can see it on the video.
okay. So what happened? So go ahead and tell me what happened after that. Are we in where are we at now? This is around when?
Well, there's some stuff actually happened before that.
Okay.
You want to hear about that?
Yeah, did anything happen after it?
Yes, ma'am. A lot of stuff.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me what's happened after it, and then we may circle back to what happened before. But go ahead and tell me what's more recent.
No, you won't.
Okay, so after I got the information from the police to file the TPR, I went on and filed it automatically, right away. And so when she come back over, because she didn't take none of her clothes with her. So the only thing she was concerned about was stealing my stuff. So when she came back to get her clothes, I said, you can't come in without the police. She the one started that calling the police stuff. So he said, you can't come in my house without a police escort because you steal. So the next time, so she came. Well, what happened before that? I let her in, okay? A time before that to get some stuff, and she just hurricaned my house. She broke glass everywhere, everything. She pushed everything over, knocked everything down, pictures off the wall, everything.
Around when was this?
This was like, let's see, 24th, 25th. This was like the 27th of
So
June.
around August 27th?
June
27th. Around June 27th, you let her in to get some things?
And she hurricaned the house.
All right. So by that, you mean she broke items in your house?
Yes, ma'am. A whole bunch of stuff.
All right.
She hurricaned the house. I didn't get that the first time through. That's pretty good. He's used it 2 times now.
Say anything
for 20 years.
Did she say anything when she was doing this?
Yeah, hollering and cursing at the same time. She grabbed a few things and left after she came in there to tear up the house. That's what she came in there for. So,
all right.
Moving on. So she came, and I told her I was not going to let her in because she ain't going to be coming in there tearing up the house. She had to have police escort when she came back to get her stuff a couple of days later. So she called the police, and I called the police. We both called them. The police took forever to get here. So she sat out there in the car for about an hour, hour and a half, and they didn't show up, so she left. She angry now. So she left. The police came about an hour after she left.
Sounds to me like she's always angry.
So the next time she comes to get her stuff, her clothes, she didn't want to wait for the police this time. She came up there and called me and said, I'm coming to get my stuff. I said, you ain't coming in here without no police. So this time she jumps out of the car, walks around the side of my house, pulls 2 or 3 boards off the fence. I got a fence in the back, comes through the back, grab a piece of wood and busts out the bedroom window.
Okay.
She bust
So
out
then
the
what
bedroom
happened?
window. As soon as I heard her beating on the window, I dialed 911. I got the police report, ma'am.
Okay, so did the police come out that time?
Yes, ma'am. I had the 911 operator on the phone, so they got there right away. The 911 operator heard everything that was going on.
All right.
I got the police report.
That's fine. What did the police do then?
The police, first they talked to her and she told them that tried to push her through the window because she was bleeding. She cut her arm coming through the window. She told them that I tried to push her through the window, that I voluntarily let her in. I showed the police the ring video where she walked around the house. I went out there with them and showed them where she busted in the fence at. Then I showed them the window. After she busted the window out, she grabbed all the curtains and blinds and stuff and pulled them outside so she could get in. The police covered this real well in the report.
Mm-hmm. So what did they do?
They talked to her, then they talked to me, then they called emergency medical, and the medical came out and checked her out and took her to the hospital. And then I told the cop that, that I already had a investigator investigating her because she had stole all of my property. Now that really hurt when she stole my property, but
I like how he honestly says, that really hurt when she stole my property. He doesn't care about her. I mean, how could you? But he has to pause for a moment and say, yeah, losing all my stuff, that hurts.
So he called this guy, and this guy said, go ahead and arrest her. So when she went to the hospital, the police followed her to the hospital, and then they arrested her as soon as she was released.
So they did arrest her.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you know if she has any bond conditions related to that arrest?
Yes. Well, I talked to the judge to get this hearing right here, and she told me that I talked to the investigator, and he said she had a felony TPO already on her. That's with her bond.
Okay, so that's different. So she was arrested for a felony, you believe?
Oh, I tell you, I got the police.
This is good. The judges are like all uptight law school type, and it's not a felony TPO. You have bond conditions for a felony as a condition of your release. He can't get it straight, and it's just making her insane. I'm enjoying it too much.
She was arrested for battery because when she came through the window, she attacked me.
Okay.
She started beating me up, and then she went to the closet and kicked the door in, bust the mirror that she had set up in there, grabbed a piece of the wood from the side of the mirror and came out and started beating me again.
Aw, another delicate flower.
All of this while I got 911 on the phone.
Okay. All right.
So
do you know if she has a condition that she not have contact with you in relation to her arrest and bond?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can only go by, I don't know for a fact, I can only go by what the investigator told me. It was that she had her bond, when they gave her a bond, one of the conditions was she had a felony TPO. That means she can't come around me.
Okay, so she may have a no contact.
About right?
She may have a no contact provision to have no contact with you if they arrested you on a felony. It's not a TPO. These are only the TPOs, but it would be the equivalent of a stay away order. Are you afraid, knowing that may be in place, are you asking the court to extend this order for 12 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
She got arrested for,
Go ahead.
She got arrested for battery, criminal trespass, and damage to private.
Criminal damage to property?
Yes, ma'am.
Damage to
that
private?
That is a felony.
And the battery, what about the battery?
That's a misdemeanor.
The battery is a misdemeanor?
Unless you're over 65.
I'm 65.
I think, well, it may be 65 or older, actually. No,
but I
it would
wasn't
still be,
65
it depends. So battery is still misdemeanor. Unless it's a second battery, but there's a lot, but either way.
So somebody can break into your house and beat you up, and that's not a felony.
The criminal damage to property is a felony. Now, what I would tell you is to keep in touch with if the advocate at the prosecutor's office about your case, and they can talk with you about any charges, what they are, and what the bond is, and what they may be in the future. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, sir, I do find that there have been acts of family violence and there's a reasonable likelihood of future acts of family violence. So I am going to issue the order. It will be in effect from today through March. I'm sorry, not March. What month are we through? My phone just switched because it's so late at night. My watch thinks it's bedtime. Just one moment.
Criminal trespass. Okay.
Through until September 11th.
To her credit, I don't know. This call started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I think this is like 12 hours later. I'm not kidding. It was late.
2023, 24, when it will expire naturally. Yes. It will say she can't have any contact with you directly, indirectly, by any means. Not come within 100 yards of you. Can't go to your home, workplace, or school if any of that would apply. And you have sole and exclusive possession of the residence. At that location, let me just confirm, that's an address on Windsor Downs Drive,
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, does she have anything still at that location?
No, ma'am. That's how I got her served. She had to come and she came to pick up her stuff with the police and the deputy sheriffs and all of them came when she picked up her stuff.
Okay, so there's nothing left for her to get, so she won't have any more trips. It doesn't sound like there's any jointly owned property or utilities or anything like that.
None of that.
So I will order that she attend the Family Violence Intervention Program. This is not, it will say on there that she has a court date on October 13th, and we'll hope it will, in just a moment, we'll get any contact information you may have for her. But she will have a virtual court date on October 13th of 2023 for a compliance date. You don't attend that. You don't worry about that. And that will be the Family Violence Intervention Program she needs to attend. While this order is in effect, she is not allowed under federal law to possess or own a firearm. All right.
She stole my bullets too. She couldn't find my gun because I had it locked up. She stole my bullets.
All right.
What about all the stuff
Now there's the song. She stole my bullets. That has country gold written all over it.
She stole from me.
So that really may need to be handled in small claims court or with law enforcement. I mean, honestly, you may want to talk to the prosecutor's office to see about the charges of theft involved with her. And if they can address that in the criminal case to either get that returned or restitution. But that's going to be hard to deal with in this case. Are there any specific items that you know she has that you want returned?
It's beautiful.
Well, I had to get my cars rekeyed.
So you don't have to worry about the keys, right?
I have to worry about the keys. I got the front door and the back fence key relocked. Only thing, well, I would like to get my money back because that was expensive.
Money? Well, okay, so this isn't the place really for restitution. Again, that will be small claims court or the criminal case. Okay.
I think she got a criminal case on November the 13th.
Okay, so I would talk with the victim advocate from the prosecutor's office in that case to see what might be able to be addressed in your case, okay, in the criminal case, and see if they can get anything done in that case.
Well, there's a criminal case, and this is a civil TPO matter.
About restitution for the damage caused and things taken. Okay.
Is it possible to get some of that bond money?
I don't know. I can't. You can talk to them about that. I can't advise you. I just tell you, I found evidence to issue the order. This is a temporary intervention of family violence. It's not really the place to address restitution for damages.
Okay, so I need to get in contact with with who? The prosecutor?
It sounds like you have a court date, so there should be somebody there that there should be some information on whatever sent you the court date to let you know who you could reach out to on your case.
Well, will they contact me prior to the court date?
I don't know. But you can call them. If it's in DeKalb County, you can call the DeKalb District Attorney's Office and ask them to speak with a victim advocate on your case.
Victim advocate.
Yeah. And you can also, did the Women's Resource Center help you file in this case?
Uh-huh.
You can ask them. They can help you get you the information you need. I
All
can't
right.
advise you. I'm just letting you know what options might be out there.
Okay.
But you can follow up with the Women's Resource Center if that's easier, and they can help you
Yeah, they
find your
real
way.
helpful. Real
Yeah,
helpful.
they can help you find your way to to who you need to speak with in the prosecutor's office. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I will get this order signed. When it's filed, you will get a copy emailed to you.
Okay.
And any violations could be a contempt order in this case, or an arrest, depending on the violation. But you should certainly call 911 if you're in fear for your safety.
She's dangerous. She should be in Milledgeville. I'm telling you.
Okay. If you will hold on 1 minute,
That bee is crazy.
we're going to recess court, but I'm going to
I believe him
let
too.
you, not over the internet, give any contact information you might have.
Heck, it's a double rainbow. Hey, Cal, look at that. It's a double rainbow.
Ah, well, there you have it. Another rousing episode of Law Talk with Mike. We had people lined all the judges. We had a guy who appeared to be mid-naughty adventure claim he was on the phone with his mom. I don't know. I don't know what else we had. And then we had that. Then we had that poor guy. I felt bad for him. I did. He wants to get some money back, but that's not the venue for it. I understand it. That's rational. She came and took all of his stuff. He was paying for everything. He was paying all the utilities. He was paying for the house. I have no doubts about it. And then she steals a bunch of stuff, and she steals stuff just to be nasty. I believe everything this guy's saying. I'm sure she'd have her side of the story if she showed up, but I believe. But worse than all that, she steals a bunch of stuff like remotes and keys, which have no street value or intrinsic value that you can use them for. It is strictly to be nasty to the other person. And just the way his testimony went, I mean, he was all over the board, but he was not lying. That guy was not lying. He was not lying. He just wants her out. She's out. He was hoping this was like a sideways method of getting a hold of restitution and or bond money. All that's through the criminal case. He doesn't understand. That's okay. It's fine that he didn't understand that, but that's what he was really hoping for. He really didn't need a TPO because all this is on her bond conditions for her discharge. Although this will last longer and it's separate. I don't know. I don't get why am I talking about law? The hell's going on here? That stream was so wacky. I ended up talking about law. I promise I won't let it happen again. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon.